Hello everybody, this is Gareth Cahoon Speaks back here with another video. I'd like you to hit the subscribe bar, give me a thumbs up if you like the video, or hit the notification bell to be notified when I post my next post. Or otherwise you can look me up on my website and my ministry and the charities that I support at garethcahoon3@gmail.com on PayPal. This one here is: Israel is not bound by Iran deal clause limiting action in Lebanon, Prime Minister Netanyahu says. National Security Minister: Israel is grateful to Trump, but not a banana republic. Prime Minister Bibi Netanyahu told US President Donald J. Trump that Israel is not bound by Lebanon clause of the Iran deal, which would restrict Israel actions against the Hezbollah terrorist organization. Netanyahu spoke with Trump on Sunday night shortly before the president announced the completion of the Iranian deal, according to reports in the Israeli media. The calls reportedly came during the Security Cabinet meeting, with Netanyahu stepping out to talk to President Trump, who informed him of the imminent announcement. According to Israel's Ma'ariv, the two leaders also discussed the Israeli strike on Hezbollah in the Dayania suburb of Beirut, with Trump expressing frustration over the strike. Ma'ariv, citing senior sources, reported that Netanyahu told Trump Israel does not consider itself bound by the agreement's Lebanon clause, and that the IDF will remain in its current positions in southern Lebanon as a buffer zone while continuing operations against Hezbollah's threats. The sources did not say how Trump responded to Netanyahu's stance, which was a key issue in the Iran talks. President Trump's announcement about the deal did not mention Lebanon. However, according to Pakistani Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif, the terms of the deal contain a clause calling for the immediate and permanent termination of military operations on all fronts, including in Lebanon. Following intensive talks, we are pleased to announce that the peace deal between the United States of America and the Islamic Republic of Iran has been reached. Both sides have declared the immediate and permanent termination of military operations on all fronts, including in Lebanon, Sharif wrote on social media. At the same time, Netanyahu is seeking an urgent meeting with Trump after the upcoming G7 summit in Europe, according to the Communist News Network, CNN as it's known. Journalist Tal Shaliv: Netanyahu is under significant pressure from both coalition partners and the public to maintain calm on the northern front regarding Hezbollah. On Sunday, Trump expressed frustration with Netanyahu, writing in social media that Israel's attack on Beirut should not have happened, particularly on a special day when we are so close to the peace deal with Iran. While stating that Israel has the right to defend itself against threats, Trump said Hezbollah drone and rocket attacks that Israel was responding to were very small and meaningless. Nobody was hurt, injured, or killed, and should not disrupt this important process. Well, that's a lie for the start, because there's been Israeli soldiers that have been killed by Hezbollah's drones, so that is an outright and flat-faced lie. The strike has targeted the headquarters of the Hezbollah terror organization in Beirut, the IDF, the Israeli Defense Forces, said. However, just after the strike in Hezbollah's stronghold in Dayania, Netanyahu Defense Minister Israel Katz said in a statement that Israel will not tolerate fire directed at its territory. Katz affirmed Netanyahu's stance in a statement on Monday, saying Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu and I are leading a clear policy that states that the IDF will remain in the security zones in Lebanon, Syria and Gaza indefinitely in order to defend the border and Israeli communities from there against jihadist elements. We oppose the IDF's withdrawal from Lebanon despite all the existing and future pressures, Katz continued. Prime Minister Netanyahu made this clear to US President Trump and also senior American officials, and I also made this clear yesterday to the US Secretary of War, Pete Hegseth. While Israel officials appear concerned that the arrangements being made with Iran could limit the IDF's operational freedom against Hezbollah in Lebanon, although this does not appear to be the case so far. On Monday morning, as Israeli drones launched an airstrike on a vehicle believed to be carrying Hezbollah operatives, Lebanese media reported. Iran is reportedly pressing for Israel to withdraw its troops from Lebanon, while Israel has demanded freedom of military action against Hezbollah as it pursues its own negotiations with the government of Lebanon. With the agreement announced by Trump being only a memorandum of understanding, with actual negotiations on a nuclear deal and other issues still to come, Netanyahu is hoping to convince Trump to respect Israel's security interests. Israel officials have also expressed concern that the agreement with Iran could ease economic pressure on Tehran, allowing it to strengthen regional proxies and rebuild its ballistic missile program ahead of future negotiations. National Security Minister Itamar Ben-Gvir said in a statement that while Israel is grateful to President Trump, the State of Israel is not a banana republic, addressing reported details of the agreement and Israel's concerns over its terms. Ben-Gvir wrote on X on Monday morning, "Trump's agreement does not bind us. Israel is not subject to the United States, and we are an independent and sovereign nation." He also called for additional retaliatory strikes in Netanyahu if Hezbollah forces continue attacks against Israeli soldiers or Israeli communities. What can you say here? Trump has signed a deal with Iran, but it's only a memorandum of understanding. It's not a deal done kind of thing. And Iran is going to play for time. Iran is looking to play for so much time that they go on for the next 2.5 years. I don't believe that if they sign on to any agreement that they'll stick to it, because they are the professionals that double speak. They say one thing to Trump and another thing to their own media. And if you don't believe me, all you have to do is look up Palestinian Media Watch or MEMRI, Middle East Monitoring Research Institute, and you'll see what they say in their own language is very different from what they say in English. Shalom, Maranatha, and Hallelujah.